Ask not for whom the Baja Blast for thee.
I've never wanted to have sex with a pot pie, but like, I'd have sex with that pot pie.
We're all weak to stepping on nails.
Let me preface this by saying I wrote a script.
Daytona Beach is like 2 mild inconveniences from being a post-apocalyptic wasteland anyway.
So many of my tabs say semen.
Are you guys ready for this weird, horny adventure that we're all about to go on?
You can't handcuff me for skanking.
This motherfucker gaslights you.
Diet Coke and Sorrow will be chapter 4.
And against all odds, Kyle, we became those swirly weirdos.
This whole podcast is a very negative mouthfeel.
Hello and welcome to Debate This, the show where no one is right, but someone is definitely wrong. In this show, we take time out of our busy adult lives to talk about comic books, video games, and how it felt so goddamn good to be back inside a movie theater, even if the popcorn is still decimating my intestines 3 days later.
It really did.
Yucky.
What did you see?
Black
Widow.
Widow.
Oh, well done, well done.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. This is a movie.
Yeah.
Are the floors still sticky?
Well, we went to so this means nothing to nobody on the show outside of us, but we went to Gateway Film Center, which is like the nice theater in town.
Yeah.
So no.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
May I recommend Fast
Please.
9 for your next movie
I'd
viewing
love to,
experience?
yeah.
Shit. Did you see
I
it?
did. That was my first excursion.
What a way to come back. How
Oh,
was
and
it?
I've only ever seen Tokyo Drift, so like 90% of this movie made no sense.
Tokyo Drift rips.
It
I
was
feel
wonderful.
like maybe missing the middle 6 of that didn't really ruin the plot.
No, it was fantastic. It was very stupid. I loved it.
Oh, that's awesome.
What's our story? What's the movie we tried to see and we ended up going to Fast?
It was. I think it was Avengers. I think it was the first Avengers movie.
So I worked at a movie theater in college when I knew these guys, and I tried to get us all in for free to the Avengers, and we ended up missing that and going to Fast 5 instead. And they were so mad at me. It was such a good evening.
Honestly, though, low key, awesome movie.
Oh yeah, amazing.
No regrets.
All right, well, now that narrow casting is
Sorry.
through, listen,
great.
we,
It's good color.
as gamers, know a tale as old as time. You, a plucky protagonist, traveling on your merry way, bump into an elder god. This elder god demands that you, a plucky protagonist, prove yourself as a hero of legend by traveling the known world and fetch questing a bunch of random shit to offer to this elder god in return for its blessing and some endgame level ultra rare item. Well, my friends, that is the quest we embark upon today. So if you give me a minute to get in character for this terrible accent I'm about to do.
Oh no, Matt's doing a
So,
voice.
my plucky protagonist, it is I, your God King, Bobby Flay, and I am opening a new restaurant in the cultural hotbed of the United States, Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yes.
This restaurant will be something new,
Holy
something
shit.
exciting, something for the kids. I want to lead the menu of this new restaurant with a dish from one of them newfangled video games. Well, this battle is going to shake down in 3 rounds with contestants Kyle, Law and Order SVU Harper, Andrew Entourage Henderson, and Todd Portlandia Thomas. However, as the Burgermeister that I am, I decree that these 3 are not enough to pitch to my restaurant. I have summoned a 4th contestant to this arena, one who is a certified expert in video game food, Rebekah Scooby-Doo and the Gourmet Ghost Valentine. Rebekah, welcome to the show.
Hi. Thank you so much. This is
So much
wonderful.
happened there. Oh my god.
Can I guess at the theme for the middle names,
Yeah,
please?
yeah,
Are these
you can.
all, please tell me these are all things Bobby Flay has like guest starred on.
Ding, 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 we
He
have a
was
winner.
on
Oh
Scooby-Doo.
my god.
Bobby Flay
Amazing.
has been on all 4 of these TV programs
What?
as Bobby Flay in everyone except Law and Order SVU, in which he had a character
I
name.
was gonna say, I'm pretty sure I saw him on
God.
Portlandia.
What was
Yeah.
he doing at Scooby-Doo?
He
Well, she was the
he
villain,
Bobby
sure.
Flay.
had to get the gourmet ghost. I don't know. I
Cooking
haven't
up
seen
ghosts.
special.
Of course, of course.
Holy
He
shit.
probably owned the haunted restaurant, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they've had a lot of guest stars. I just want to take a beat. Matt, you know what? That was really good.
It was really
very
good.
good.
It was
Really
wonderful. It made me really happy.
Thanks.
Yeah, it was really good.
I
Now
appreciate
don't
that.
stop.
I've watched a lot of
Yeah.
Beat Bobby Flay. I'm never gonna do it again. Nope.
Oh no, surely not.
We got it.
I forgot how his accent isn't aggressive, but it's very pushy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a good way to describe Bobby Flay.
I feel motivated. I do.
Yeah. Okay, Rebekah, you're here. You're in our show. Please pitch your stuff.
Oh, well, hello.
Terrible segue. I'm so sorry.
No, it's great. Yes, I'm Rebekah. I'm primarily a video game reporter. I work for IGN. Before that, I wrote for Games.biz. I like writing about the business of video games and how the games you love get made. But aside from that, the reason why they put me on the cooking segment here is because I, several years ago, had just the most foolish idea in the world when I was gifted the World of Warcraft cookbook for Christmas one year, not really knowing how to cook. I mean, I could like make rice and stuff, but I was not competent at cooking at all. I thought I could make every recipe in this 100 recipe cookbook. Why not? And so I started doing it, and then I did it, and then I wrote an article about it, and that kicked off my freelance career. And then I bought the Elder Scrolls cookbook, and then I cooked every recipe in that. And then I bought the Mother's cookbook, which is for like Earthbound and Mother 3 and those games. And then I cooked every recipe in that.
Okay, hold on. We got to dive into this. I don't care about what we're talking about today. Okay,
You legitimately Julie and Julia the WoW cookbook.
Yes, it was very stupid.
Oh my god.
that's amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
No, the rules were for myself. I had to try to make. So if I failed, if it came out as a mess, it still counted. So there was
Okay.
Still
there were
counted.
several
Sure.
recipes
Yeah.
in there that did not go because I am
Yeah.
impatient. I didn't have the proper tools, didn't have the right ingredients for whatever reason. But I
Fair.
did try, and I had to try a bite of everything that I made. So when I made the doggy biscuits in Mother's cookbook, I did eat. I did take a bite.
Yikes.
I gave the rest to a dog.
We're gonna need like top 3, bottom 3.
Or at least 1 and 2, like
Yeah.
standouts toward the top and bottom.
Yeah, so it's really hard. I mean, I'm not going to remember them all because this is at this point like somewhere over in the realm of like 300 recipes. And I'm actually, the final piece of this is I'm currently working on a cookbook, the Legends cookbook, which
Whoa.
is primarily Breath of the Wild, but basically all Legend of Zelda. I think I'm about a third of the way through. I just made these, I don't have it because I ate them this morning, but I have these little like hand meat pies, like they're little pies that are just full of like good ground beef vegetables. That is really good. But yes, like so standouts. I think the one that I was proudest of in the World of Warcraft cookbook was the final. I didn't do them in order. I just sort of skipped around. The final one that I did from that is the delicious chocolate cake. And if you know World of Warcraft, you're super familiar with it. It's this cake. The image in the game is it doesn't look chocolate. It's like a white cake with green frosting and like pink things on top. And it's made with mage royal, which is just this random like mystical herb or whatever. So the recipe was for a white chocolate cake, which I made, and then it's got like this white chocolate frosting that's colored, and then a raspberry rosewater filling, and it was very complicated. I'd never made anything this complicated before, and I saved it for last. And my plan was I was going to invite a bunch of friends over and celebrate having finished this 100 recipe cookbook, a person that does not know how to cook, by making this cake and serving it to people. This could have gone horribly wrong in so many ways because there's nothing remotely that complicated elsewhere in the book. I am worse at baking than I'm at cooking. I can make a pot of soup. I can make like chop vegetables, do whatever. But baking is baking's
two
chemistry.
different sides of the brain.
Chemistry is hard. I'm still kind of not good at baking sometimes. But you know what? I did it, folks. I made this cake and it looked good and it tasted good. And I served it with like this beautiful, like sparkling rosé. And I had like this like little spread laid out. And I was just very proud of this cake. I was really proud of it. And it looked great and it tasted great. And I took these beautiful photos for it. Or these photos of it, and if you do find my article for PC Gamer about cooking every recipe in the World of Warcraft cookbook, that photo is in the it's behind. Oh, you can't see. It is. Wait, is this a video podcast?
It's not.
But this is still
whatever.
fun.
This is horrible radio. They are currently looking behind me at a framed
Listeners,
article
if I may describe.
on my wall, which is the article because it was the first thing I ever had in a print magazine, and you can kind of
That's so
vaguely
cool.
see in the background the cake is over there, and then like there's little fixins.
We will certainly link it in the show notes for everyone to hear.
It's
To
old.
prove
Like a
that
few
the
years
cake is
old.
not in fact a lie.
But I was very proud of it. So that was probably like the big standout. You know, I've learned how to make a whole bunch of things. Some things that I didn't really want to learn how to make. I learned how to make an aspic, which is like meat gelatin. Not good.
That sounds terrible.
Sounds real bad. Yep.
not
I want to
fun.
eat anything called an ass pick.
No, you. Good. But yeah, I don't know. I've done a lot of things. things I've done. I've done whole roast turkeys multiple years in a row for Thanksgiving because of these recipes. I've done. There's like vegetables, there's soups, there's stews, there's all kinds of desserts. I've learned. I'm still bad at making pastry, but I've gotten better at it. You know, I don't know. I've gotten a lot of skills that I kind of like half-assedly use, but I've learned a lot about cooking, and it's been really fun, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I've got people just send me video game. Sorry, I'm just like rambling now. People just send me links to video game cookbooks now. So the other day, if you're familiar with like video game Twitter, Wario64 likes to post deals. He's like this account that just constantly posts deals. So he posted a link to this thing on Twitter the other night that was just video game cookbook gone up at Amazon for $35.99. And you looked at the listing, there was no information as to what video game cookbook this was.
like a mystery cookbook.
Yeah, there was no information. It was by Inside Editions, which are the people who did the World of Warcraft cookbook. So on a whim, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just buy this as a joke, right? And then it'll show up, and I'll be like, all right, I'll cook whatever's in here, fine. And then like half an hour later, I got a bunch of people tweeting at me because apparently it's a Final Fantasy 14 cookbook.
Yes, that is a thing that just happened. Yep.
I don't play Final Fantasy 14, and this is a joke amongst my friends because they're constantly doing the. Have you heard about the free trial that includes up to Heaven's Word?
Well, wait, okay, hold on.
No, don't. You know what you did.
You activated his trap card.
But I have not canceled my order. I'm going to get this cookbook, and I'm going to hate it.
But Reb, you can play for free, unrestricted.
I know.
Until level 60.
I know. I went to a party. The first party I went to, once my friend circle was fully vaccinated, I went to this party, and I had like multiple people try to give me that exact pitch at a party in person with people I did not know.
Where are the
Rebekah,
parties you're going to? Because the parties I'm going to, they don't like to talk about that.
Kansas City, baby.
Can we switch parties?
What you just did was you did the Pee Wee Playhouse like secret word for
said our
Andrew.
word.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That was the daily double.
I specifically did not pick a Final Fantasy entry, so we wouldn't talk about it.
Well, I ruined it. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm not that sorry.
I mean,
You didn't ruin
I'm happy.
anything.
No.
It's perfect.
Yes. But anyway, that's what I do now. I had a podcast, the question you actually asked me. I had a podcast for a little bit called The Cozy Wood Kitchenette, where I had like a guest on every episode and did an interview with them about a video game or a food in a video game. We talked about the intersection of food and culture as I walked people through a video game recipe each time. That was a fun thing to do when I had nothing else to do and couldn't leave the house. Now I can leave the house and I'm preparing to move to the Bay Area in a couple months, and I don't have time anymore. So that podcast is on hiatus. But if you want to go back and listen to old episodes or potentially keep an eye on it for when it maybe comes back, because I love the idea, at Cozy Wood Kitchen on Twitter. It's good.
My short-term goal is to finally make the Persona 5 curry.
It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm annoyed at how good that is because
so I've
Atlas put
heard.
that recipe out, and when video
did
game
they?
companies put recipes out for stuff, they are not good. When Nintendo put out a recipe for Yeto soup from Twilight Princess, that was not good.
Oh.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
not
like
surprised.
It's one of those things like a bunch of marketing people came in and just kind of made it up, and this,
No, someone cared. Someone loved this curry.
This is such a
this
weird
for?
part of video game like nerddom that I just
Yeah.
never touched.
Right?
And I've never heard someone be so excited for it. I'm so glad you're here.
Food's really good.
y'all, we are batting so above our class right now.
We are.
right?
We
This
so
is
are.
wild.
I totally should have made food for you all, but I didn't. I ate it this morning. I ate the meat pies.
This is the exact same
Embarrassing.
energy as when we brought in a like pro WoW caster to do
You're like,
a
what's a
World of
WoW?
Warcraft episode that none of us had ever done before.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
All
Very
right.
good.
it's the platform. We don't need to be the experts. We have the platform, Matt.
Yes.
Well,
Precisely.
Now that we have established that three of us have never put our hands into video game food, let us all put our hands into video game food together. Here in question one. So, contestants, let's get right to it. Tell me about your dish. What's it called? What game is it from? And what makes it worthy of grazing the tongue of your God King Bobby Flay?
You said you weren't gonna do it again.
That was
and
less
you
good.
Did.
That one was less good.
Every time I do it, it's going to get closer to Roz from
Diminishing
Monsters, Inc.
returns.
That was
yeah,
that was less Bobby Flay, more clamps from Futurama.
All right, Kyle, do a thing.
All right. Well, chef, I brought for you today a delicious assortment of puffins. If you are unfamiliar with what puffins are,
It's
no,
the
those
bird.
are puffins, Matt.
Oh,
Puffins are muffin tops from the Sinnoh region of the Pokemon universe.
Oh, he did the thing again.
I did went to my deep well of tricks and did Pokemon again. But the special thing about puffins, Matt, is They are made from, you can make them from any of the various berries in the Pokemon universe, and depending on which berries you use, they will make you look cooler, tougher, smarter, more beautiful, and there's a last stat that is I moved away from the page.
Oh, I love
Is
it.
it they increase your special attack? Do they increase your special attack?
No.
No, these do not increase combat statistics. These are for the Pokemon contests. They make you more appealing to the judge depending on what flavor and category you are competing in, Matt. So that is what I have for you today. Muffin tops that make you look better.
Wow. If I could get a muffin top that undoes my muffin top, I would be really into that. Yeah, that sounds great. Okay, Andrew, Kyle has brought the upper half of pastries to this party. What have you brought?
Oh crap. I didn't really prepare anything. Hey chef, 1 second. I'm gonna go back here in the back kitchen and grab a tool for plating.
A tool? You're gonna grab a tool?
A tool.
Oh God, I'm woefully.
I don't like this
It's
one.
He's one of those fancy hipster restaurants
This is
that
no good.
that serve you your food on a shovel or something.
I'm doing a bit right now, guys.
No, trust me, we know.
What?
I don't like it already.
All right. Here you go, chef. 1 plate of delicious cooked meat. Yep, it's meat. It's meat that I definitely made and absolutely did not find hidden in a secret wall that I punched out of absolute desperation. Oh, what's that? You're worried about the blood cascading down my hand? Well, that was an unrelated injury that I received while cooking this meat completely by myself. So funny story, Matt. Bobby Flay. Chef Matt Bobby Flay. I originally thought of this recipe while I was exploring this haunted, scary castle filled with vampires and skeletons. Armed with only my trusty whip, I walked with purpose over to the back wall and just started beating it. To death. I don't really know why, but all of a sudden the wall exploded. And lying there was this perfectly cooked plate of chicken that I immediately ate without another thought. And this is what inspired me to absolutely definitely cook the plate of meat that you see in front of you today with my own 2, albeit very bloody hands. I give you secret wall chicken.
Very normal things happen to you, don't they?
Yeah.
I am not trying anything called secret wall chicken.
I will be
I'm
next in
drawing a
line
line
behind
there.
Kyle to not have the secret wall chicken.
And I'll try a lot of things, but not secret wall chicken. Not
What
this
if?
guy.
What if I told you it's hidden behind a secret wall?
Oh, well, that doesn't change anything at
Not
all.
better, it's
Anything?
just different.
It's not even different. It's what he said.
Really
to begin
pretty
with.
much the same, yeah.
It
Fair
seems
enough. So-
questionably sanitary.
Questionably. So I will explain for those listeners who didn't get my bit. I am referring to Castlevania. The Castlevania games have
okay.
a secret of a mechanic where if you just beat certain walls, it will explode into secrets, and sometimes you get chicken, which heals you to a lot, sometimes to max health, sometimes to like half health. That is the healing mechanic in the Castlevania games. So it is kind of a meme to hear Castlevania's hidden wall chicken. And it looks like a plate of questionable meat that may or may not be a chicken or quail or pork. It's hard to say.
Or a monster you killed earlier on in the
Or a
game.
monster you killed early on in the game.
How is it cooked if it found it in the wall?
Shut up, Todd.
Shut up, Todd.
That's
All right.
that's fair.
Cool. Yeah, so Andrew brought me back to Wednesdays in elementary school when it was meatloaf day, and like, here's a plate of meat. Good luck. I don't like that very much. Todd, what'd you bring? Is it meat?
Yeah, thanks, chef. I'm gonna bring you good food. So I've actually
it
brought
meat?
you. It will be once I get to it. It involves meat and it's cooked.
that sounds
And it's not sketchy chicken from a wall.
Okay.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, it may not be chicken.
But it did come from a wall.
True.
Chef, I'm bringing you today a dish that comes from the far, far away land of the greater Boston area. In the year 2287, also very radiated. Today, chef, I'm bringing you a dish that is called the Tasty Deathclaw Omelet from Fallout 4. Now, you may have questions, and I've got answers. I don't want to tell you too much about the dish yet, because I think you're going to ask me a bit more about it. But upon consumption, chef, it immediately gives you 115 health as it hits your taste buds with this rich flavor of Deathclaw and omelet. And then, then additionally, another 50 max HP for 2 hours after consuming it. And then it gives you a nice finishing taste on your palate of a small HP regen for 2 hours after that. So,
What
Chef,
does that
it's
taste
just
like? What's the flavor
omelet.
profile of an HP regen, Todd?
warm.
That's not a okay.
You know how
I have a question.
So, okay, sure.
Is this omelet made from regular eggs with Deathclaw meat, or are Deathclaws a thing that lay eggs and still made with Deathclaw?
I
meat?
should specify it's not a meat. There is protein in the egg, and it's a Deathclaw egg
Okay.
that goes into making the omelet.
I didn't expect death claws to be reptiles. I won't lie.
Mm-hmm.
If I had some peppers, I could make a Western Deathclaw.
Yeah, you could make a southwestern omelet out of it. Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Todd,
Okay.
Todd, I got a little story about this exact thing where they...
Oh my God! Did you make the Deathclaw omelet?
No,
Oh,
so there's a Fallout cookbook by a wonderful person named Victoria Rosenthal, who's very talented. I have not made
awesome.
anything from this cookbook because I'm not a Fallout fan. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair.
But,
76 was bad.
She has told me, I've had conversations with her, and I believe this is the exact recipe that she told me. She recreated this recipe for the Fallout cookbook, but she didn't.
Who is this person? I'm gonna call him in.
Victoria Rosenthal at Pixelated Provisions, but I believe, I hope I'm not talking out of my ass here, but I believe she specifically says that, like, this is not tasty.
There it
Well,
is.
Rebecca,
Ladies and gentlemen,
in here because it's funny, but it's
We
not.
got research putting Todd down.
well,
Wow.
Rebecca, that's just the opinion of a professional, and I don't know what to tell you. I stand by what I've said.
You are a chef who has applied at my restaurant, but I have read the Yelp review of your last restaurant, and I know where you're coming from.
Oh man, I have nothing to add but shame.
Just hobbling Todd right out of the gate.
you should see the rest of your time.
Great.
Yeah. All right. Well, while I try to scrape the taste of HP regen off my tongue, Rebecca, what have you brought to this party?
I have brought you something that appears on the surface to be very simple, Chef. I have brought you a beautiful strawberry pie. It's gorgeous. It is full of delicious fresh strawberries. It is topped with a beautiful flaky crust and a couple of dollops of strawberry ice cream and a little pair of marshmallow fluffy wings on top. But the thing that makes this strawberry pie so special is not just the fact that it is a strawberry pie. The strawberries that went into this strawberry pie came at a great cost and great hardship. I had to climb the snowy top of Celeste Mountain in order to get you these strawberries. I climbed up 8 stages of challenges to get you these strawberries. I jumped over spike pits. I went through a haunted city. I went through a haunted hotel. Wow. A lot of haunting up there. I climbed up clouds. I dove into a lake, and I went up to the snowy airless reaches at the very, very top. I went through self-actualization. I went through a temple where I saw my darkest desires reflected back at me through a window. And I collected every single strawberry from this mountain and I put them into this pie. This pie is full of self-realization and self-knowledge and confidence and power. And I hope you enjoy it.
Real quick, can we unpack Mental Health Mountain, please? That seems like a whole thing.
I think there was something about a mirror or something that you looked into and you saw your darkest desires. That seems
that's
seems
intense.
problematic.
My darkest self.
I just need to know that you know that, like, you can buy strawberries at the grocery store.
These
Like,
are
that was a
real
lot
good.
of work for strawberries.
They're
And
real
counseling.
good.
Yeah.
Well,
Buy counseling at the grocery store. It's my
You can
favorite
buy-
part.
Yeah, where do
I
you
have
get
a
your
Costco
therapy?
membership.
does Lena Raine follow me around at the grocery store blasting a beautiful soundtrack? I do
my
not
God.
think so.
Oh, man.
I would
doesn't.
pay top dollar for that. To answer your question, Matt, why do you think they call it customer service?
Hey, there you go. All right. Great. So I really like that 3 of these dishes were really straightforward about, like, this is a dish that is designed to help you. What I don't like is that Andrew's also was designed to help me, but came out of a secret wall. And that is upsetting.
What I don't like is that I thought I had a good answer, and somehow I feel like I'm behind Andrew after what Rebecca did. So
You
not
are.
great.
Yeah, I mean, that's where you stand right now.
I can do something to Kyle too if you want.
Oh, that would be
it's-
Get 'em.
excellent.
That would be great.
Get him.
Oh, well, Kyle, when I was
Don't do it.
planning,
Oh,
when I
no.
was planning to come on this show, I thought about poffins very briefly, and I tried to remember everything that I knew about poffins. And the first thing that I remembered about poffins is that no one actually knows what they are. You just throw a bunch of berries, and then you go in a circle, and then food comes out.
Yeah.
That's like
That's what
kind of like a hot
baking
dog.
is, isn't
That's
it?
the science of hot
So
dogs.
it's a hot dog.
It's,
You
it's
brought a hot dog?
a hot dog pastry, maybe.
Okay, all right. Well, that's enough of
I'm
that.
helping.
So let's slide right along here. This is going to be the most upscale restaurant Poughkeepsie, New York has ever seen. With that in mind, I, your God King Bobby Flay, am prepared to import one crucial item from your video game world. Please tell me the it gets worse every time. Please tell me the one item from your universe this dish can't go without, and what we're going to have to do to get it. Kyle, go ahead.
All right. God King Bobby Flay.
Yes.
Because these are made from berries from the Pokemon universe, we have a lot of options for ingredients you could import. We could go really basic to berries from anywhere in the Pokemon region, like the cherry berry, the chesto berry, the rost berry. We could go with the lum berry or the citrus berry, figgy berries,
just gonna
mago
name berries.
berries, agave berries,
He's
all
solid.
options.
How many berries are there? In the
we could
Pokemon
go
universe?
There's many.
Oh.
we have the waypear berry, the pineapple berry, the pomag berry, the hondu berry,
Okay.
the tomato berry.
So it's-
hold on.
Yeah.
The rabuta berry, the nomel berry, the spalon berry, the watmel berry,
Oh my
Thanks,
god.
users. Thanks, everybody, for listening to
the
debate this. It's
belu
going to do
berry.
it for today.
No, I'm almost done. The wakin berry, the rindo berry, the yachi berry, the copal berry.
I don't believe that you're almost done.
You know, for a while these were based on actual fruits, but I think they have they're out of fruits.
The
Yeah.
payapa berry. See, that's like a
A payapa, yes.
payapa. Yeah.
I mean, it's like an anagram for papaya. Is that what that is?
Papaya. Yeah,
they're
that's
all-
the word
they're-
I was looking
they're all
for.
They're all
anagrams.
anagrams?
for
Shut
fruit.
up.
But
Jesus.
they ran out. They ran out.
Oh my god.
What about the Colbur berry or the baribi berry? The chillin berry. That's like a chili pepper. We've got a starf berry,
I'm
a
leaving.
Jacoba berry.
I'm turning off my computer.
This is the
But-
worst answer to any question
I
that
hate
anyone
this
has ever
bit.
given on this podcast.
But really, Matt, if we're gonna pick from any of the many berries from the Pokemon universe, I'm gonna ask that we import the Enigma berry from the Pokemon universe. This is found in the Hoenn region, and it is described to have the power and flavor of stars in the night sky, and that is what we are going to make our magical appearance-altering muffin tops out of at your amazing restaurant in Poughkeepsie.
I
That's some
can't-
power of friendship shit right there.
I can't put psilocybin mushrooms in my dish, Kyle. I can't put hallucinogens in the dish.
It'll be fine, I promise.
The people of Poughkeepsie don't deserve this.
What's legal in New York? Can we?
There's no laws on the books about not eating the Enigma berry.
No,
So
you're good.
I think you're fine. You'll at least get away with it for a couple months
All right.
before they catch on.
Well,
Somehow, wall chicken is looking pretty good.
It's not. Don't even
Said
pretend
the
to
man
think
with
it
the
is.
wall chicken.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can see it, I put a picture of it in our group
Is it
notes.
this little balloon?
It is this little balloon with a question mark on it. That is
What?
the Enigma
That's not a berry, that's a
Enigma
balloon.
berry.
If something theoretically in nature is growing with a shape of a big question mark on it, I'm gonna walk and no.
That's God's
Yeah,
sign
you're-
for not eating me. That's exactly what that
Exactly.
is. Yeah.
That's
like
a
a-
no touchy sign right there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It's like a neon colored toad.
Don't you want to taste the stars, Matt?
No.
That's like what a stranger in a trench coat says to you in the corner
I
of
hate that.
Poughkeepsie, New York.
Yeah.
It feels real bad, Kyle. It
It's the
feels real
spin-off
bad.
of Skittles. All right. Well, Kyle's answer had as much fruit as 3-year-old me thought Fruit Loops had in it. Andrew, go ahead. That joke fell fat.
Wait.
Never mind. Just, it's cool. Go ahead, Andrew.
cut
What's
that.
your bit?
We're keeping that in. Okay, so I get my absolutely, definitely not ad-libbed wall meat. Wasn't quite the same experience as punching a wall, a hole in Dracula's castle, and finding cooked chicken yourself. I get it. Now, I can't really recreate the setting of being trapped inside a cursed 18th century castle in Eastern Europe, but I think I can help you bridge the gap. So you see Matt, Chef Bobby Flay, Chef God King Bobby Flay. Simon Belmont doesn't just whack every single wall willy-nilly thinking there's magical chicken behind it. He also throws holy water at the wall sometimes so that it erupts in sanctimonious blue flame. And in Castlevania 2, Simon's Quest for the NES, throwing holy water will also reveal fake walls and other secrets. So here's the thing. The question you're probably asking yourself is, who cooked that chicken? Right? Has it always been that way?
You know,
I would like to know
cooked.
who cooked that chicken. Yes, please.
That's one of my many questions.
I was going to say that is
the only
list
question.
of questions that I have.
Yeah. The only question that anybody, who cooked that chicken? Has it always been that way? Or maybe was there at one point a live chicken just hanging out inside the wall? I don't have an answer for you, but I would like to posit that when the holy water makes contact with the wall and explodes in blue flames, it's actually cooking the until then uncooked chicken.
So you're telling me...
So earlier you
Foolproof.
just pulled out uncooked chicken to give to have a sample earlier.
Well,
I can neither confirm nor deny that claim.
a couple things. So he didn't promise it was chicken. I want everyone to get that very clear from the start here.
Also, I don't know what it is, but something about the idea of a cooked chicken that's already cooked being inside the wall is less disgusting to me than a raw chicken that's inside the wall and then it gets cooked in the wall. I don't know why that's more disgusting, but it is.
Don't say
Does
but
it-
like you're gonna have an answer. Don't.
But what if I had an answer?
Yeah, let's hear
Well, it's surely
what-
not temperature controlled within the wall.
it. No.
No.
No. Dracula magic? Is that anything?
I'm still stuck on the catchphrase from like a 90s sitcom of who cooked that chicken? Like that's
Now, okay, now we can go down this whole, deal like, who put the chicken there in the first place? Well, obviously Dracula did. The skeletons smell the chicken in the walls,
obviously.
and they can't find the hidden chicken, so they just forever wander back and forth on the same floor. It's why skeletons can't walk up and down stairs.
I'm sorry. Some decaying bodies may have had
what?
contact with this food.
Don't.
No, it's in the wall.
All I took away from Andrew's whole thing was that skeletons can't use stairs. Like, you talked a lot about meat and then told me
Play one
skeletons can't use
Castlevania game and
stairs.
prove to me that a skeleton can walk upstairs.
What Andrew has done is he's made such a ridiculous argument that he's basing other ridiculous arguments off of it to muddy the waters.
We have to go back and argue three pages of theory to start to disprove one side of Andrew's argument.
What is a man?
What is a
Skeleton? What is chicken? What is cooked?
Okay.
So holy water is my answer. My
All right.
long-winded answer.
Got it. Cool, Todd.
Knowing that we were asked to get something from the video game world, can't we just get like blessed water? Like, not that holy water is a real ass thing, but like, couldn't we get holy water from like?
I mean,
Any-
it is. It's real. Like it comes from the real world, Todd. Religion is a thing, Todd.
like
You can go into
Jesus.
any church.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesus
and
exists.
Usually for a
Stop this.
small
All right,
donation, they
stop
will give you holy
everything.
water.
Okay, no. Now I have to tell you a fun fact that you didn't ask for.
Jesus doesn't exist.
Grew up Catholic. Did you know that they
Alright.
can just bless anything?
Yep.
Yeah.
And like, so
Same.
you can get like blessed
Same.
salt. You can get like random
hell yeah.
spices in your kitchen. Blessed. You could just
That's
like,
wild.
you could either just bless the chicken and make it a holy chicken after it's come out of the wall and been cooked, or you can
I wanna
bless
do that.
every single component of it and then cook it together.
In an emergency, you can make anything the body and blood of Christ as well.
Oh,
under
I didn't know
Catholicism.
that one.
was
In an
another thing I
emergency?
learned.
What constitutes
What emergency is this? Oh,
To
God.
deviate for a short bit, if someone is dying and wants to be like, I want you to baptize me quick before I die, you
Oh,
can
okay.
like
That,
use anything to complete those sacraments.
That was a much more legitimate answer than my bit ensued it would be.
as much like dunking on organized religion as there is, like that's actually a good answer to that.
It is, yeah,
Hey
still.
chef, can I tell you my
I would
answer,
love it
Chef?
if you did.
Yeah, so chef, the ingredients for the pristine or the tasty Deathclaw omelet, very, very simple. Include some veggies, some radiated fruit, some purified water, a blood pack, and then what you need is a pristine Deathclaw egg. Out of all of those things, the thing that we need to get from the Fallout universe is gonna need to be that rare and crucial pristine Deathclaw egg. Now, getting a normal ass Deathclaw egg, it can be a challenge on its own. Not sure what you know about Deathclaws, chef. They are 9-foot tall walking alligator raptor monsters made by the government for war that sometimes can be invisible and sometimes can be like electric and sometimes can be radiated. Anyway, it's bad.
Neat.
But the issue is like you just don't need an egg from them. You need a pristine Deathclaw egg. So we got to get a fresh, recently laid egg straight from the matriarch's nest. So that is to say, chef, we're going to need to sneak or fight our way into a Deathclaw's nest and steal an egg from the year 2287 in the greater Boston area and bring it back safely to make this tasty Deathclaw omelet. But it's going to be worth it. It's like whenever someone does like a quail egg and you have to be really careful with it, but it's going to be really good. It's just that.
Question.
Yeah.
From the wall chicken man, yes.
Is it not a lot easier to smack a wall than to go forward in time and defeat a... Doesn't matter. We're not doing this. You said blood pack? You said blood pack. Can you unpack that a little bit?
I'd rather not.
Good.
I'd rather not. I'd just rather not.
Is there, Todd, is there blood in this omelet?
There is a blood pack in this omelet, yes.
Wait, a blood pack or packed?
Well, it's a pack. It's K, not T, which definitely is better of the two.
Okay.
I guess.
Different.
I guess so.
Better and different.
Based on the information I have about the wall chicken, there's blood in that too. So
Yeah, there's probably blood and plaster.
Not
Okay,
on
I mean, we need.
purpose.
I guess let's just put it on the table. If it's a protein-based dish, there's blood in it.
Yeah, right. So
this is
and
the least grievous of his problems.
Okay, fine. You called it out. I'm gonna need a blood pack for this dish, but it cooks out like blood pudding is a thing.
The blood of whomst.
Yes.
Great question. Yeah. Same question for me, the moderator. Yes.
Just use any old blood you got lying around.
Like are we calling Red Cross?
I don't know
these omelets,
I don't know
Todd?
where you get your blood from.
Gonna have to pay more than minimum wage up here in Poughkeepsie, New York.
There's
blood
probably
packs from
real
the
talk,
line
though.
cooks.
You cannot tell me that Bobby Flay does not have a blood boy.
I don't like how often Andrew references Blood Boys on this podcast this month.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have nothing else to say again.
Now that we are officially over our quota on the phrase blood boy for the month in this podcast. Rebekah, what do you have?
I will try not to say that phrase to help you out. So as I have already mentioned, the strawberries are very special for the strawberry pie, and you do need to get them from Celeste Mountain. But what I have not explained to you is how difficult they are to get. So these strawberries are not just sitting in little bushes on the side of the road for you to just kind of pick as you leisurely make your way up the
I'm going to have to confront my deepest, darkest self.
Well, you're going to have to do that, yes. But while you are
Okay.
doing that, these strawberries have little wings on them, and they're floating in the air. So they're up somewhere up there, and you have to jump to get them. And you are going to have to do jumps like wall kicks off the sides of walls, and like little grabs. And you're going to have to bounce off little platforms, and fly along the wind, and sit in little bubbles, and do all of these very complicated things. Grab the strawberry out of the air, and then, while still in the air, make your way back down to a safe patch of ground that is not covered in spikes or ice or whatever other nonsense is on the ground. And you have to let your feet touch the ground in order for collecting that strawberry to count. And in order to make the absolute best strawberry pie you possibly can, you need to collect a total of 175 red strawberries and 25 golden strawberries.
For one pie?
For
God,
one
that's
pie. For the
One
best
pie.
pie. The best pie. The best pie.
That's a very tart pie.
They're sweet. They're
like a
very
lot of-
sweet.
It's a lot of work, chef.
There's other ingredients like sugar.
So I have two
Have you had a
things.
golden mountain strawberry, Andrew? You don't know how tart they are. They could be very different than your run-of-the-mill.
He knows.
grocery
Kyle
store
basically lives on a
strawberries.
mountain.
All right.
I do.
So two things. One, it's good to know that I need to catch the strawberry, land on the ground, and make a football move before I can make this pie. Thing two, so the strawberries fly, right?
Yeah.
The strawberries have
They
wings
hover.
and
They hover.
but they have wings.
Yeah. Oh no, I guess some of them them do fly. Some of them do fly away from you. It's been a while.
Yeah, so does that mean there's blood in the strawberries?
There's blood in the strawberries. I
There's
checked it.
definitely blood in the strawberries that they
They
have
are
wings
red.
that can
Check me.
move.
The golden strawberries have no blood because they are gold and they are not red.
That's science, baby.
Yes.
That makes sense.
Anything that's red has blood in it.
No flaws in that logic
That's
for
how it
sure.
works.
Wow.
There it is.
Yeah, so importing all of these seems really difficult. Seems really difficult to import any of these ingredients. It's a good thing that we'll only need to do one. We'll pitch it off to the nerds in R&D to figure out which will be the easiest to harvest from your video game worlds. But now, being the S-tier culinary deity that I am, your God King, Bobby Flay, pride my restaurants on their fusion between the flavors of foreign lands and the grit and taste of my humble New York upbringing. That said, I won't be adding your dish to my menu unless we can swap one ingredient for something distinctly American. So please tell me how we're going to adjust your dish to appeal to these uncultured swine. Kyle, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm not happy about it, but as long as we follow the stirring process, the proper cooking procedure for the poffins, I think we can do away with the special berries from the Pokemon region. And if we really want to hit the American palate with something familiar, I think our best bet, Matt, is to go with some blueberry flavored crunchlets. And let me explain what those
I
are.
don't like that word.
Is a crunchlet a real thing?
If you have to explain this to a podcast of Americans, is it really distinctly American?
You would
Sorry, it's your podcast.
no, you're fine.
Get his ass,
him.
Rebecca.
No.
Get him.
No.
Come on our podcast, offend us. That is always the goal.
For those of you who don't know, if you have any processed food that is blueberry flavored, odds are
He's
you
air
aren't
quoting
consuming-
everybody listening.
Yeah, odds are you aren't consuming any actual fruit, but some homogenized sugar and oil with some food coloring pressed into a shape. And that is what the food industry calls a blueberry flavored crunchlette. They are in your gas station blueberry muffins, your cereals with blueberries in them. They're simulated blueberries, and that is what we are going to make our poffins out of for the American hordes.
Wait, are you telling me that blue raspberries don't exist?
Blue raspberries don't exist, and I was going to suggest a blue raspberry flavor of poppin'. However, the raspberry from Pokemon is a blue raspberry already, so that's already a thing you can make.
Isn't it
with
like
poffins.
a raspberry though?
Raspberry. Two
like
words.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's different.
course.
It's different.
Huh.
Of course it is.
Well, I Googled blueberry crunchlet and it brought me to this 2014 article from scottscoop.com
Ooh.
entitled "The Food Industry is Plotting Against Us, One Fake Blueberry at a Time." So you have led me to believe that blueberry crunchlets distinctly American. You get a pass on this one, Kyle. Good for you. All right, Andrew, what heinously American thing are we going to sub into your dish?
Yeah, I'd love to tell you. So, Matt, unfortunately, I've been banned from every church in 60 miles from here for trying to siphon the baptismal font water with a gasoline canister. So, I'm going to have to improvise. Now, I have nothing else in this kitchen that we've established here in this bit that will erupt in a divine flame upon impact like holy water. So, I'm thinking a light flambe will do the trick. Up close enough. So now it's really important to emulate that cool greenish blue color. So I think I'm going to use the next best thing to holy water, which is, of course, Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Yes, you sold me on the wall chicken.
Yep, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now, and to bless it, we're gonna blend it together with a handle of white rum,
just a small handle.
a small handle.
I mean, you should still do that, but you can absolutely
Yeah.
just ask a Catholic priest to bless your Baja Blast.
Oh my God.
See,
And then
I
drink
wrote
it.
to be fair, I wrote this before I knew that you could do that, but maybe we'll do both.
You can do that.
do
That's
both?
fine. They bless wine all the time. What's the matter with rum
Perfect.
and Baja Blast?
Use that
Yeah.
logic when they tell you no.
Ask not for whom the Baja Blast for thee.
Blasts for thee.
All right, that was good.
Okay, Todd, Todd, Baja blast me away, buddy.
I don't like that.
Baja blasting
that
off
was less
again.
good.
Yeah. Well, Chef, the of the ingredients that I already listed to you, the only thing outside of that pristine Deathclaw egg necessary that most people don't have handy is either going to be that blood pack or some mute fruit. So mute fruit is a vital ingredient here, and you're going to ask what mute fruit is. Mute fruit is the amalgamation of all fruit after the bombs dropped. And so they all just
What is mute
merged
fruit
into
but
one.
all fruit?
So all those berries Kyle listed.
Yeah, all those berries, and it looks like it looks like the color and I assume the texture of all those berries combined into one. It's not great. Anyway, not the point. Now, any aspiring home chef, they could probably substitute any old blood or sugar-free blood substitute they've got lying around for the blood pack. That's not an issue. But mute fruit is just, it's rare. You can't get it, and it's vital to this recipe. But since we are doing this here in the state of New York, we're gonna use apples. Apples are that substitute. But here's the thing, Chef. Mute fruit isn't there. It's not good. It's not crisp. It's not fresh. So we're gonna need gross apples. Just some gross, bruised New York sewer apples. Chef, we need mushy, gross apples. The mushier and grosser, the better. Chef, we just really gotta drive home this post-nuclear war dining experience to all those aspiring home chefs.
Ah, yes, the quintessential American experience. Yes.
Mushy,
Eating
gross,
rotten apples.
brown.
Yeah.
I didn't say rotten. I don't.
Todd, this
Didn't
could
say
make
that.
or break whether or not you win this episode of this
it will?
podcast.
Okay.
What is the worst kind of apple in your opinion? Ready, go.
I am not a fan of Granny Smith.
Okay, that's an acceptable answer. Acceptable answer from you. You didn't say my
Pink
favorite
Lady
apple
is a
you didn't
new
say.
high-ranking one.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Nothing is better than Gala. Gala, top tier apple.
good
I will
apple.
not be taking questions
That's
at
a
this
bad answer.
time. Rebecca, go ahead. I will not be
Honeycrisp or
taking
nothing,
questions at
but-
this time. Kyle.
Crisp is good.
Well, some of the good things about the strawberry pie are that the ingredients are fairly easy to get aside from the strawberries. But one thing is that when you're making the absolute best version of this pie, it normally needs to come with 2 beautiful scoops of strawberry ice cream just sitting on top. And that's, on Celeste Mountain, I'm sure that strawberry ice cream is very rare and very beautiful and very wonderful and made with all the strawberries that you've collected. But we can forego that. It's fine. We don't need the strawberry ice cream. Instead, we can just top it with a couple scoops of Ben & Jerry's. Any flavor you want. I thought maybe the strawberry topped tart flavor, which I had never heard of before this podcast, and just Googled to see what Ben & Jerry's, a brand usually associated with giant chunks of brownie and puns on political names, could possibly have to offer that might make sense with this pie. And it's probably that one. But honestly, if you just want to put whatever the latest Conan O'Brien cookie dough special is on there, you just do that. I don't know what they're making now. It's good. Whatever it is, it's good. And it's only 50% ice cream and the rest is chunks, but it's great.
Sweet corn and O'Brien, a corn-flavored ice cream is what I'm pitching to Ben & Jerry's today.
You started to say
make
that,
that
and I
up?
thought that was real for a second. You almost had me.
You
I
just
would've
make that
believed
up?
it.
Yeah.
Wow,
really
I thought
good.
that was
Really
real.
good. I believed it.
That's great.
Well done.
All right.
Huh.
Funny.
I mean, no, it's a real flavor. Go look for it and complain loudly to your grocery store and they don't have it.
All right, well, this has certainly been a journey, and for once, hey, I don't hate every answer I was brought today, so that's kind of nice. Thanks. Typically when I host these, I hate everything, so this has been a fun little joy
You're
for
welcome.
me. Your God King Bobby Flay, and now it is time for our super secret bonus question, for I cannot decide, because to help promote my new restaurant in Poughkeepsie, New York, I'll be doing a guest spot on the local CBS affiliate morning TV show, and they would like me to adapt your dish to the kitchen of the middle class. So you tell me, after this short break, how can the folks at home substitute what they might have in their pantries into your dish? I'll take your answers right after this break. Hey, are you ready for Mephisto to be in this show? Because he's gonna be in this show.
From the nerds that debate this comes The Plus is Loose, a podcast where we break down every episode of the latest MCU shows being aired on Disney+.
Dottie was going to be the embodiment of Mephisto.
I feel very strongly that whether it was Mephisto,
I do not think this is Mephisto.
This is Mephisto.
I'm Mephisto, you Mephisto. I'm going to keep saying Mephisto. I'm Mephisto, shards of Mephisto.
Mephisto.
It's Mephisto. How many times can we say Mephisto in this podcast?
Each week, we talk through plot details, Easter eggs, and our own predictions for how the shows will end.
her husband, who she talks about, but we've yet to see, is likely going to be Mephisto.
He, she, me, Mephisto.
The mailman is Mephisto.
Everyone is Mephisto.
Mephistology, the study of Mephisto.
Okay, so let's talk about this Mephisto bit.
Schindler's Mephisto.
Find us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you download podcasts.
What we didn't get were any Mephisto sightings.
I'll be at the bar drinking a beer and waiting for Mephisto to show up. Hello and welcome back. It is I, your God King, Bobby Flay, and I'm
back.
ready to hear your pitches on how I can adapt your dish to the pantries of the American Midwest and those of Poughkeepsie, New York.
Tommy Wiseau, director of The Room. Where did you get here?
Hi, Andrew. Go ahead, give me your answer.
Well, Mr. Flay, Chef Flay, if there's one thing I know you enjoy more than providing healthy lunches to America's school children, it is merchandising your name for success and profit. And that is why, to help bring poffins to the American kitchen, I want to suggest a line of Bobby Flay's Poffin Mix, which will be a pre-made, pre-packaged a mix that will make exactly one serving of poffins. And the fun thing that will bring this to the kitchens of America is that you can put 2 cups of any fruit to the mix, and that is how you flavor your poffins. So you don't need to source your berries from Pokemon. You can use whatever fruit you got at the farmer's market or have about to go bad in that fruit bowl you ignore on your counter.
Now.
Anything you want, you can add it to the mix and make delicious poffins right in your own home.
If it's what I ignore out of my fruit bowl, it's going to be a lot of lime poffins. I'm going to have so many lime poffins, goddamn.
It's going to be those apples that were supposed to go in Todd's dish.
Yeah.
They're not good. Well, we're going to need those.
Okay, so all things aside, I would buy a pre-made poffin mix. That's a really good idea.
Yeah, I would too.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably come a little Pokeball toy. Andrew.
Hey, real quick.
Wait, what do you want, Todd? Go ahead.
I know we're 55 minutes into this episode. What's a poffin? Anyone? Everyone?
We don't know! I said we don't know!
I explained it at the top.
It is literally
Holy
in
shit.
Pokemon. One of the is it Gen 4?
They're introduced in Gen 4.
Yeah.
It is a portmanteau of the words Pokemon and muffin, and they look like
Oh,
little
I
muffin
hate it.
tops.
Stop it.
They
I'm
only
actually
kind of
done.
do though, because what you do is you get berries and then you throw them into like this mixer with your friends, like up to 4 friends, and then
With
you
your friends?
you hit the button, you play like a rhythm button game, and it just goes in a circle and then transforms from fruit into like batter, and then it just magically becomes a muffin.
Yep.
So I have to Mario Party my way through this mysterious pastry, and
Yes.
I still don't know what it is.
100%
All
what
right.
it is. Yep.
Is
It was
Poffins
that-
people? Is Poffins people?
It was that meme of I don't know what we're talking about, and at this point I'm too afraid to ask.
Well, Kyle's is the only food that doesn't have blood in it yet, so I guess Poffins is probably people.
Yes.
Hey,
Poffins
yeah,
are
big
vegan.
plus.
As far as I can tell, Poffins are vegan.
Well,
As far as you can
they
tell.
wouldn't tell you if it wasn't.
Yeah. I'm going to, instead of when people ask me if there are vegan options, I'm going to start describing them as there's a non-blood option and see how that goes over.
I mean, you know they eat Pokemon in the Pokemon universe too, so I just
They do.
Yeah, they
do.
super do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slowpoke
Upsetting.
tails.
Yeah.
Slowpoke
Upsetting.
tails are a delicacy.
Andrew, what
That
you got
was-
for the people of Poughkeepsie,
So-
New
Bummer.
York?
Good news is this recipe super simple. Great activity to do with your kids. So to make Dracula's super secret wall chicken at home, you're going to start with just a completely raw haunch of meat. Now, it honestly doesn't matter what meat it is, as long as it's a haunch. It needs to be a haunch. So you're going to take a sledgehammer and you're going to bash a hole in your wall. That's step 1. Preferably one that isn't very visible. And then you're just going to place the haunch inside. Patch that hole up and let it stay for weeks, months, however long you need. Now, once you remember that haunch is in the wall, you're just going to grab your old vampire killing whip and right on the spot that you patched over to reclaim your sweaty meat haunch. You're going to just quickly remove any loose bits of dry wall and season with salt and pepper and place on a nice hot oiled pan. You then pour your rum-laden Mountain Dew Baja Blast over the haunch
Oh yeah.
and get a nice sear all over it. Then just, drop some butter and herbs into the pan and baste the haunch in your buttery Baja juice. Remove the haunch.
Gross. No,
I'm out.
I'm not letting you
tapping
get
out.
away with buttery Baja juice. I'm not.
Yeah, I really wanted to say buttery Baja juice today. So after you've basted your haunch, you're going to remove it to let it rest, and then deglaze the pan with the rest of your 2 liter of Mountain Dew Baja Blast to pick up all those delicious wall bits. Then just thicken with some flour and spoon your neon blue ooze atop your meat haunch. There you go. How's that, everybody?
Add drywall for texture.
Did I do it? Did I do the thing?
You did something.
Yeah, I was gonna say exactly those words in that order.
Mission accomplished.
If the thing is make us all really uncomfortable, yeah, you did that.
Yeah, I mean,
Chef's kiss.
you've come up with a restaurant or with a recipe that starts with punching a hole in the wall. So now frat guys at parties have a thing they can make for people, and that's kind of exciting. So,
Works for everybody.
yeah,
This is not. Do not ask anyone on a date and cook them this.
Not a date food.
Hey,
Good
yeah,
advice,
thanks for coming
yeah.
over. Give me a second. I just have to punch a hole in my wall.
Yeah. But like real talk though, if you saw somebody like trying to like flambe something with Mountain Dew Baja Blast, yay or nay? Is that good or bad? Is that
That's something my best friend would do. Yeah,
Yeah,
and we're still friends, so
okay?
that's not
Yeah.
nothing.
yeah, it's not
Yeah,
nothing.
that shows promise. Okay.
Part-
Might be a
part of
red
his charm.
flag, but
Yeah.
not the giantest red flag.
I have questions, which I have had the entire show about Andrew's food.
Sure.
Yeah, it's no.
I said it was a haunch of meat. I don't know what's the problem.
Speaking of questions, I still have one for Todd, and that's how would you adapt your dish to the American public?
Easy. So aspiring home chefs can easily recreate this recipe at home using just what they have lying around the house. So that is any available water they have. You need a single crisp carrot, apples that have long passed their window to be eaten. If they're still not ready, just leave them outside for a couple days. Any available blood they have stored in their pantry. And then the last is going to be probably a fresh exotic reptile egg. That's how we're going to really duplicate the deathclaw egg, the pristine deathclaw egg here. Now, to be specific, the more fresh and exotic and dangerous the species of origin for the egg, the more true to form your at-home tasty deathclaw omelet will end up being. So that's important.
What are
Question.
some of the more exotic options you would recommend, Todd?
What's the lizard that eats all the goats? What's that one? There's a big
The
lizard
chupacabra?
That's chupacabra. That's as exotic as you can get. A Gila monster. Those lay eggs. That's not very big though. They're dangerous. They're poisonous.
Gila monsters are pretty big, dude.
All right, that's the answer.
Todd
no more
Todd
questions.
is suggesting that we commit customs fraud
Yes.
and importing illegal animal
Exotic
products
reptiles.
for his
You are
egg.
on the list now.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
There are a lot of illegal places you can buy those around here.
3 stores in Columbus popped up before a list showed up, so that's neat.
Rebekah, what's your answer to the super secret bonus question, please?
No bummers,
Well,
please.
chef, no bummers. This is the sad part where I do the thing where I'm actually a very earnest person and I give you an actual answer. I am so sorry
I love it.
I'm so
Fair.
sorry for not doing a bit. You can make the strawberry pie. It's so easy.
Please tell
Someone
us.
has to.
I'm not
Yeah.
even going to give you the complicated version that involves making homemade pie crust. Go to the store, buy one of those tubes of just like pre-made crust that usually has like 2 pie crusts in it, like Pillsbury or whatever. I'm not a sponsor. I don't know, just whatever they have. Those are the easiest ones to get out of the cans, though. I know from experience. But get like one of those things with like 2 things of pie crust and just like follow the directions on there for like how to do pie crust, and then get like a big quart of strawberries and then like throw them in a pot with a little bit of water, a little bit of sugar, a little bit of lemon juice, maybe chop them up first if you want, and like let them simmer for a little bit, and then throw some cornstarch in there to thicken it up so you get a nice thicky syrup, and then throw them all in the pie crust, put the other pie crust on top, seal it around the edge, throw it in the oven for whatever the directions say to do with the pie crust, and you've made a strawberry pie. Good job. You can throw ice cream on top of it if you want to. You can throw Ben & Jerry's on top of it if you want to. I'm not your mom, but you can do those things and enjoy a delicious pie. It's really easy. There's probably more to it than that, actually, but I'd eat that pie. It'd be pretty good.
This sounds really good.
Yeah.
That does sound real
It's
good.
tasty.
Pie.
You're
Yeah.
getting an applause. It's not
You're
coming
gonna
out
get
of
sta-
Well, I
Standing
pulled
over
out, they can see this. I pulled out my cookbook to look up the pie recipe, like the pie crust recipe that I have recently learned how to do very, very well. And I thought, I'll tell them how to do that. And I thought, no, that's too complicated and not funny. So they don't want to know how many cups of flour. They just go buy a Pillsbury.
That
It's
might
not
have
a
been the
Pokemon
most- Specifically, that might have been the most helpful thing that has ever been said
Yep.
in the 4 years we've been doing this.
People listening to this
stupid
are
show.
going to be mashing the rewind 15 seconds and then
Yeah.
like cutting the speed in half of the podcast just to get all
Yeah.
that and write it down.
Now, do we have your consent to isolate that audio and use it for promos to make people think that we're helping?
Yes, absolutely. I don't do a cooking podcast anymore, so you can just
Perfect.
You can
Amazing.
pretend for a second that
Okay.
I do.
Perfect.
All right.
I
Well,
think Matt's gonna make a pie tonight.
I
think so.
might
That's
make
what
a
that
pie.
face is
A
telling
couple
me.
weeks ago, I watched Mystery Men. Tonight, I might make a pie. Podcast leads me on a lot of journeys.
That's basically the short version of the recipe I used to make a peach pie for 4th of July a couple weeks ago.
Oh
Sick.
man.
Sweet.
Good. But with peaches, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean,
Right.
heaven forbid you make peach pie with strawberries.
As one
That'd be
does.
ridiculous. All right, so all of that said, it is time for your God King Bobby Flay to make a decision. And before I go, I would love to ask you, my new and underpaid employees, to help be part of my marketing department and for minimum wage, pitch me a name for my restaurant as your closing statement. That's all I got. Go ahead, Kyle, whenever you're ready.
I think Poffin to it. The Poffin shop you open in New York will be very successful. God King Flay.
Awesome. Great.
Yep.
That beats Poff and Lock It and Drop It, because that's all I had. Go ahead, Andrew.
Here's my pitch to you, the executive assistant from Ghostbusters. My Castlevania themed restaurant is Symphony of the Knife.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that's pretty good.
Oh,
All right.
well
There you go.
Thanks.
Very good. Someone should
Yeah.
make that
Bravo,
cookbook.
sir.
Yeah. Well, there's one of the 5 of us that knows how to cook on this show.
That's really good. I like
Thank you.
that.
You can take that in favor of that 60-second audio clip.
For your sequel. For your
I
sequel
love
cookbook.
it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, Todd.
Chef, this is pretty easy. The name of the restaurant that's ultimately going to feature this dish is really just every Waffle House in Florida, because as we've discussed before, Florida is really only like one more natural disaster away from being the setting for the next Fallout, and if we need exotic reptile eggs, that's where we're going to find them.
So are you telling me that I'm going to open a restaurant in Poughkeepsie, New York called Every Waffle House in Florida?
Yes, and it'll do great, I think.
Okay, Reb, save us.
Well, as I mentioned, in order to acquire the ingredients for this pie, you're going to have to undergo a whole lot of self-searching and soul diving and thinking about yourself and figuring your shit out and being better. So I would just like to suggest for the name of this restaurant, Chef, Therapy.
Yeah, that's really good, too.
That's very
That's
good.
excellent. All right, you guys go ahead and do yourselves some good vibes, and your God King Bobby Flay, I'm gonna go make a decision.
Okay, yeah, I'll start with good vibes. Reb, thank you so much for coming on our show and schooling all of us with actual cooking knowledge.
Oh, thank you.
And the cherry pie, the strawberry pie made of my own self-actualization sounds incredibly delicious. And gets extra points for being the other pastry brought to the episode today.
you.
So thank you. Andrew, you stayed true to form and brought something truly horrifying and wretched. So thanks for never changing. And Todd, you sure told us how to make super soldier lizard omelets, and I'm not sure that I feel anything about that.
Much like always, I never feel anything. Reb, what can I say? Thank you so much for coming. This was absolutely delightful. Just fantastic job. You come and you showed us all up, and what can
That's
I say?
what we aim
That
for
was
with our
perfect.
guests,
Yeah,
is like-
that's what we needed. That's what
Yeah.
we absolutely need. So thank you for bringing that to the show. Also, Celeste is an amazing game, and everybody out there should
Yes.
play it.
Mhm.
Like
100%.
It's very good. Kyle, again, true to form, right? Thank you for bringing up Pokemon.
Oh, I try. I
Yeah,
tried my hardest.
I too ate. I mean, it's a berry muffin, right? Like berry
It's a
muffin.
berry muffin. Yeah.
Is
Or like
May or may not
Is
be
it, though?
made of people.
a bun or
No.
cookie. Yeah, it's a berry pastry.
It is either ground up your friends or ground up Pokemon or both. Is that what
a
we're saying?
little bit.
Okay.
But don't think about that too hard. Yeah.
All right. Sure. Todd, a lot of blood.
More blood than necessary, probably, or expected.
More blood than there needed to be.
Yeah.
Regardless, thanks for also staying true to form. No, this was very fun. I had great time doing this very stupid thing that I think has legs. We're going to do this again. We're certainly going to do this again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Reb, I'll just repeat I won't repeat everything they said. Great option. Actually, as soon as you started describing what you were doing, I opened up the listed recipe on the internet. That pie slaps. If you haven't pulled
I didn't know there was a real recipe. I haven't looked at one. Is there a good one?
It's I haven't looked at the ingredients, but the pie looks amazing. That's a real good pie. Also, you had the best answer both in video game and in real life. These are great. Yeah. And one more thing, Therapie sounds like a place where I can both find joy and comfort in a baked good, or if I'm having a bad day, can go cry into that same baked good.
Yes, very much. It's there for you.
Kyle, Poffins. An hour later, I'm still not sure what that is, but that's cool. Also, your Conan O'Brien ice cream pun was really good. I know that wasn't part of your answer, but that was really, really great.
I don't spend parts of my day just thinking of Ben and Jerry puns. Why would I do that?
And Andrew, every time you started talking, I swear I forgot what you were talking about until you got 5 seconds in, and then I go, oh yeah, that's right. Your answer was a lot of chaotic energy, and I enjoyed that. Also, no one reminded you, you said the phrase sweaty meat haunch, and you're gonna have to answer to God for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was wonderful. My turn, right?
Yes.
Yes, thank you all so much for having me. I've had so much fun. I'm so happy that I came. Kyle, very impressed by not just the deep Pokemon knowledge, but the deep Poffin knowledge. Maybe you were reading that off a website. I don't know. But I appreciate the commitment to research. And even if none of us knows what a Poffin is, even regardless of our prior knowledge, you clearly know. And I am very impressed by how much research and knowledge you put into understanding the essence of a Poffin.
Thank you.
Andrew, Symphony of the Knife is very funny. Very funny. Also, as Todd said, your commitment to the chaos was just extraordinary, and I laughed very hard. I read it. You have the document. I read your notes, and I laughed at that, and then you said it out loud, and I was like, this is even funnier when he says it out loud. I love this. And Todd, you also did just a wonderful amount of research into understanding what this omelet is. Like I said, I've talked to Victoria Rosenthal about her rendition of this, and she has ideas of what these ingredients are, and you're rattling them off, and I'm like, wait, I remember this. I remember this. This is a real thing. This is a thing that exists. You know what this omelet is. And I really loved that. I could taste it, which is not a pleasant experience.
No, it's not.
But I'm happy that it happened. And also, bonus, Matt, I love the voice. It's very fun.
Thanks. Thanks. I'll take
Thank
that
you
good
all
vibe.
for having me.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on. Those are the greatest compliments any of us could have hoped to get.
Anybody's ever said to us. And before we come to a decision, Reb, why don't you pitch anything you've got coming out?
Of course. Well, nothing too extreme at the moment, but I am on Twitter at Duck Valentine. That is where I catalog all of it. As I work through these cookbooks, I have Twitter threads and I post photos of my food. So if you just want to check that out and see what I'm making, at Duck Valentine is where you can find it. I also write about how the games that you love get made. Sometimes do reviews and other kinds of things at IGN.com. You can find me there. And if you just want to check out the handful of episodes of the Cozy Wood Kitchenette, that's on Twitter at Cozy Wood Kitchen. There's links to basically every podcast service where you can find it there.
All right.
Go read Reb's work. It's fantastic. She's an excellent writer.
Absolutely.
Go read her stuff right now.
That's too nice.
Yeah,
Thank
Cozy
you.
Wood Kitchenette is a delight, even just to listen back to. So, with all of that being said, it is time for your God King Bobby Flay to come to a final decision.
I feel like you're in a doorway yelling at me, and I can't leave until you're done yelling.
Well, you can leave right now because I will not be putting your blood omelets on my tables in Poughkeepsie, New York. It's not going to be you, Todd. Andrew, also not going to be you. Not enough drywall in Poughkeepsie, New York to store and cook all these chicken pork
Thank you, Sleepy Joe Pesci.
That brings us down to the puffins and the pie, and quite honestly, Therapie is just a better name for a restaurant, so that's what we're going to go with. Rebekah, you are a winner here today on Debate This. Thank you for coming and schooling us all on our own podcast. We very much deserved it.
Thank you, Chef. I'm honored. The best and only cooking competition I've ever won.
Oh, there it is.
There you go. With that, thanks for listening into Debate This. You can follow along with the arguments on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at DebateThisCast, or on our website at debatethiscast.com. Want more debate this? Content? I read that sentence wrong.
Content?
Yes, I do.
But you just can't wait until 2 Tuesdays from now? Do you love hearing our voices and goofs and crave more for your ear holes? Well, you're in luck, because if you subscribe to our Patreon for just $5, you can unlock the 4th Tuesday. Doing so will let us get nerdy with you in our Patreon-only Discord. Oh boy, until next time, I'm Matt Cole.
I'm Kyle. A Ben & Jerry's flavor tie-in to Black Widow might be the Floral Pew lavender ice cream.
Oh, that's good.
God damn.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I
that's
love
good.
lavender ice cream.
So good.
I'm Andrew Rondo of Bloodboy Henderson.
I'm Todd. The best flavor of blood bag is type B for Baja Blast. Thomas.
Oh, me. I forgot I had to do this.
It's
I'm
the silly
you're
nickname
good.
thing. It always
Yeah.
happens. It
No,
always
I forgot
happens.
I had to do this. I'm Rebekah. Please go to therapy and don't just cook a pie or climb a mountain. Please, dear God, just go to therapy instead. Valentine.
Nailed it. Absolutely crushed
Perfect.
it. And we're
Yeah.
saying thanks for debating with us. And if you think we're wrong, you can come fight us behind the swing sets, nerds.